Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I'm going to end your Friday with a boom. I think that at the end of this video, this is something that is going to fascinate you because it fascinates me. So this video may be a little long, but that's okay. I want you to watch to the end because we're going to stir things up today. And in a good way, okay? But first, I want to show you there's a pullback in the markets. It's not just in crypto; it's in the stock markets crashing and all that, and it's because the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell came out and was talking about how rough the economy was going to be and all that kind of stuff. So what I did is I went and bought some of the quant dip, and we're going to move on from that. Wanted to make you aware because this is important going into the weekend. What Link2's doing.
Hi everyone, it's Ray again. I've got some more exciting news on Link2 investment opportunities. Starting Friday, we're bringing down the investment minimum to $5,000. This means every weekend is a long weekend when you can invest in high quality companies on Link2's platform for as little as $5,000. So why are we doing this? First, we want to help first time investors get access to the private markets. We understand even as an accredited investor, a $5,000 commitment.
Okay, I'm not going to play any more. You get the gist of it. And I will say the link to is going to be in the top of the description. Click on it and tell them DAI sent you. Now listen, there is Ripple still on that platform, and by the end of this video, you may want to remember that Link2 is doing that $5,000 thing this weekend, and you may want to remember that they got Ripple on that platform. I'll put it that way. I want to remind everybody from ProCoinNews.com. That American innovation has been under siege by the SEC versus Ripple for 613 days. And that's ProCoinNews.com, who is the official sponsor of the Digital Asset Investor Hunting and Fishing Club. Hunting season is going to start soon. Then we had Jay Clayton, of all people, this morning. The Gary Gensler and the SEC were wanting to put out the fire of calls for Gary Gensler to resign from yesterday. So they sent out Jay Clayton and Gary Gensler to to CNBC, who is always there to help them carry the narrative that they want to carry. And I said, welcome to the Upside Down, where Becky Quick and CNBC interviewed Jay Clayton on the lack of crypto clarity and turf warfare, as if he's some innocent bystander, when he and Bill Hinman are completely responsible for the state of crypto, and you ask him nothing about it. Here you go.
There has been so much frustration with why it's taking so long to get a regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies. What the heck is going on?
Good morning, Becky. And the op-ed that you referenced is an effort to do just that. Say why is this so hard? And look, there's a number of factors, and I think if we understand those factors, we're going to do a better job of moving forward, which we need to do. I'll start at the end, which is the technology underlying the crypto, what I would say, revolution, to use a loaded word, is going to come to finance. It's so compelling from an efficiency standpoint and a certainty standpoint that it's going to come. The problem is, how do we get there? And there's a lot of factors that have driven difficulty with this. One is pure emotion. And people on both sides of this debate have plenty of evidence. There's been plenty of fraud, and Chair Gensler is right. There's been plenty of non-compliance. There've been lots of losses. People, on the other hand, see the power of this technology, the network effects. They're dug in too. And how do we break that logjam? Well, we recognize what's driving this. And there's a couple of things there. One is raising money for ventures in the U.S. is largely an institutional exercise. We raise money for growth companies from institutions, not from individuals. Crypto tried to raise money from individuals. We also largely regulate domestically. Crypto is a global innovation. So you have a regulatory overlay, which usually focuses on institutions, usually focuses domestically, and a product that is global and retail.
I understand those complications. Let me just lay it out from somebody who's on the outside looking in. I mean, this looks like a giant turf war. the SEC and the CFTC can't agree on this. There are multiple plans that are moving through the Senate and through the House in terms of how you would break these things up. It just seems like it's a big turf war. And in the meantime, the crypto players are kind of running around and doing the same thing that Silicon Valley entrepreneurs, which is pick up the motto of, move quickly and break things and leave the regulators to catch up with you later. That seems like the mess we're in right now.
No, the mess we're in is because Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman, June 14th of 2018, decided that they were going to let him do a Bitcoin Ethereum free pass speech and leave the rest of the industry in limbo for the next 4 years. Okay, that's why we're in the mess we're in. And they knew what they were doing. John Deaton comments on it. Yesterday I tweeted this 9 tweets thread after Eleanor Terrett. Clayton found another lucrative crypto job. Today he's back writing op-eds for the Wall Street Journal, The Peculiar Challenges of Crypto Regulation. Dear Jay, you were chairman and Elad Roisman and Hester Pierce were crypto-friendly compared to others, including you. Instead of fostering innovation, you fostered an environment of regulatory uncertainty. Now you're landing jobs to serve as an advisor to help companies navigate the uncertainty. It seems as though you're benefiting from the lack of clarity you helped create. As for your op-ed, I guess you weren't up to the challenge. Okay. Then Gary Gensler is on trying to repair his reputation too.
Mr. Chairman, if this week...
And Jim Cramer's just out of sorts. He is so offended that Congress doesn't want to let Gary Gensler just do his job.
Mr. Chairman, if this weekend David Faber and I wanted to get together and create a new coin, and we went to say, I don't know how...
You know what? I don't think I can stomach listening to either one of these guys right now. And you know what they said, which is a big bunch of nothing, same old stuff. And then I put together a video of Jim Cramer. But I want to get to the fun stuff, folks. This right here is a great bombshell video. Listen to this. Turns out Mike Novogratz knew that Jay Clayton was going to resign. Is what it sounds like.
Let me get back to the regulation question because I got off guard. The current chairman of the SEC has been relatively cautious about crypto. I think we're not going to see monster changes until he goes, and I think he will go at the end of this year.
Okay, so he predicts Jay Clayton's going to go. He predicts dimes to donuts that Ethereum will be called 9 days before the speech, that Ethereum they'll say it was a security, but now it's not. Then he also made this prediction, according to Stefan Huber, who's correct. XRP will have another lackluster year in 2020. I wonder if he had any knowledge of the fact that Ripple was going to be sued. Then today, Gary Gensler's calendar comes out, and I happened to find it. And it looks like Gary Gensler was meeting with Perry-Ann Boring. Well, Perry-Ann Boring, if you remember, she's the one from the Digital Chamber of Commerce who has done nothing to defend Ripple in the lawsuit versus the SEC. She said they were going to file a brief. This was months and months ago. So I said, well, it looks like Gary Gensler on his June calendar. Perry-Ann, did you get a chance to speak with him about the brief Digital Chamber of Commerce is going to file on behalf of Ripple in the SEC lawsuit? When brief. And then there's this. Remember when Senator Loomis and Gillibrand were putting together their bill? I can't remember which one, but one of them said that they've had conversations with Gary Gensler, and that Gary Gensler told them that acknowledged that Ethereum is a commodity. Well, here's the meetings. We now know when the meetings were. June 7th with Loomis, and then on June 9th, he had a phone call with Gillibrand. So I asked them, were you told, is this where he told you that Ethereum was a commodity? We can't get him to say one way or the other to the public investors he's supposed to be protecting. He won't tell us. Now, two of the most important guys on this channel. One is the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel. But did you know, many of you don't, we also have an official smart aleck of the digital, or smart AWord, as my 10-year-old would say, of the Digital Asset Investor channel. Both work. His name is Big Skinny. He got that title a long time ago. He earned that. He's earned it multiple times, and he is a certified smart aleck. Okay, he is the one that started this conversation right here today. Digital Perspectives. Gary Gensler resign says, "Can someone please help me understand what is going on here? Is this a glitch?" Is it really 342 trillion? If so, where did it come from? Okay, this is the XRP ledger payment volume, 342 trillion. One point of note, to my knowledge, the only glitches we have ever seen are glitches to the positive. I don't believe we've ever seen a glitch to the negative. Okay, like below zero. I think it's always been to the positive. But this is on Ripple's actual website, the xrpcharts.ripple.com. Okay, what you're looking at, let's hit the refresh right here. Right now, this is right now, while I'm doing this video, it's at $352 trillion in XRP payment volume. 352 trillion. So, okay, is this a glitch? I don't know. Maybe it is. But why do these glitches keep happening? Because we don't know anything about the XRP. To my knowledge, the XRP ledger has not had any problems functioning for all these years. I was trying to figure out what's a number in the world today that's close to $350 trillion. Well, in 2021, the global debt reached $303 trillion. I imagine it's nothing but higher than that now, maybe close to that $350 trillion range. Well, there's an interesting part of the dialogue here on that post that Digital Perspectives Gary Gensler Resign posted. And with that data in the XRP calculator, it would be, now remember, the XRP calculator was put together by Susan Athey, who's on Ripple's board, and Robbie Mitchnick, who was a Stanford student and worked for Ripple at some point, and then he left and went to BlackRock to head their digital assets. And this person's asking, what would that XRP calculator show with this number being plugged in? Turns out, Digital Perspectives Gary Gensler Resign knows what that number is because he plugged it in. He says, if accurate, according to the XRP calculator, it's $22,722.26 per XRP. Now, I'm not saying that that's what this is going to go to. What I do know is that I showed you a clip the other day where Jed McCaleb was talking about XLM, and XRP is very similar, that they're created to have IOUs on. And we've seen Digital Perspectives Gary Gensler Resign. We've heard him many times refer to this like maybe XRP will be a security, but it'll be a note, like a bond. These are all just things that we've talked about, right? So this is the glitch that showed up today because Big Skinny found the glitch last night, and then it went back to like 800 million or something like that. I'm refreshing it now. It's still at 352 trillion. Okay, so then let's go back. Now let's go to the video that came out this week. Now I'm going to show you this, and I've played video before where David Schwartz, and I'm going to ask you just a question. Watch this. Let's just watch this for a second.
Finally,
this is talking about that we've always talked about these central bank digital currencies that would be built on the private ledger, and then David Schwartz had described it as you set it up that way, and then the walled garden the wall comes down, and then it goes through XRP as a bridge currency, okay? Bridges it to the next walled garden, okay? Well, if that was happening on any kind of scale, it would literally be billions, if not trillions, if not even more of money going in and out through this XRP ledger. So watch it.
Designed CBDC can provide a means to bridge disparate currencies through XRP. Its inherent interoperability can allow for connection with other central bank ledgers for efficient cross-asset and cross-border transactions. This can be done with cross-issuance using XRP.
All right, cross-issuance. Now look at that. So my question is this. Ever since I've been in this, we've seen all these glitches, only to the positive side to my knowledge. So my question is this, and we've seen glitches. There's crazy glitches that show XRP at $2,000, and this time we're looking at the payment volume, and it's 350 trillion. So my question is this, if you were gonna do this, are you telling me that you would just go live with this one day and you never would have tested it? Or would you say, listen, we're going to run a test, and we're going to bring down this walled garden and bring down this one, and then this one and this one and this one maybe do one at a time, then try 5 at a time, maybe 20 at a time at some point to test this thing. And if you were going to test it like that, every once in a while, wouldn't it appear like there was some glitch? Now, I'm not saying that this wasn't a glitch, folks, but I'm just saying right now, if it's a glitch, what's wrong right now with the XRP ledger? Why is it showing that number? Why does it keep glitching? Because it's glitched multiple times. If it's a glitch, it has glitched multiple times. But then back to my same question. If this actually was ever going to happen, which I believe it is, would you not test it on small sums, then larger sums, and then major mega sums in order to make sure that when you do this, the world financial system can have it? I believe you would test it. Now, I'll leave you with that. And again, I'm not saying that XRP is going to 22,000. I'm not saying that there's 350 trillion in payment volume. It's a glitch for all we know. 2 questions if it's a glitch. Why does it keep glitching? And the second question is this question that will remain, which is, if you were going to, if XRP is if you're literally going to have trillions, that's Brad Garlinghouse saying it. They've said numbers like 15, 21 trillion in Nostro Vostro money. If you're talking trillions, you are going to test trillions going through it before you go live with trillions. You're going to do it, period. I don't care what anybody says. You are. So I'm done with that conversation, and we'll see. I'm sure that the what am I trying to say? The cancel culture. I'm sure the cancel culture. There's only certain numbers that you're allowed to say in social media. There's only certain words you're allowed to say. There's only certain theories. They don't like it when you use the word theory. You can't put dollar signs, any of that stuff. They're going to try to shut you down. Luckily for me, I'm old enough to be an adult and not really give a damn about what people think. There's a quote that I love, and it's I don't know the exact quote, but it goes something to the effect of, the second that you start letting people dictate what you're going to do and what you're going to say and how you're going to behave and all of that, you become a slave to what they want instead of setting your own goals and having your own desires for where you want to go. And so I'm a grown-up. Sorry. Okay. 2 things I need to hit before we go that are funny going off into your Friday. The official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, he tweeted this out. Dear Digital Asset Investor, I appreciate your concern as to my whereabouts, but I am currently in meetings all day. We'll report back soon. Looks like he's in a meeting with Gary and drawing a blank. I remember what her name is. She's one of Ripple's lawyers, used to be with the SEC, and then these 2, can't remember their names. Anyway, then I laughed out loud over this today. This is from XRP, the Standard Productions, who now has CryptoTownCrier.com. This is his parody website. I've had enough of your crap. Gary Gensler confronts John Deaton in a bar. This is great. Thursday, when Gary Gensler ran into John Deaton in a Washington, D.C. bar. I've had enough of your crap, Deaton, said Gensler, rushing over to Deaton with a clenched fist. You and the 73,000 XRP holders want to meet with me, huh? Meet this. Sources report the altercation was broken up quickly with no parties harmed. I gotta say, said Deaton to CTC News reporters, at least he's talking to me. That's progress. That's great stuff. I'm the Digital Asset Investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that the one and only Big Skinny, the official smart aleck, or smart AWord, as my 10-year-old would say, of the Digital Asset Investor channel, is out to cause a lot of problems with the cancel culture this weekend. And so he's responsible for this entire thing, including 22,000. It's on him. Go talk to him if you want to cancel somebody. Thanks for listening.